So where do we start if these multivitamins and prenatals aren't doing it? What's a good solution? We've talked about this animal-based diet, but this entourage effect of eating nose to tail, is it safe to assume that what could really be a powerful prenatal vitamin could actually be an animal-based diet plus organs?
100%. And before going into that further, even if you are seeking medical treatment, it doesn't change the fact that you need these micronutrients at a very fundamental level. And sometimes medication can even deplete these micronutrients.
Right.
So you have to always focus on this, whether you're taking medications, whether you're doing in vitro fertilizations, using these assisted reproductive technologies doesn't change the fact that you need to have essential nutrients in the diet that are going to fuel your reproductive and sexual health.
Yeah.
Organs, liver, heart, kidney, these specific organs are going, especially liver, are going to be containing all of the fat soluble nutrients, the B vitamins. There's going to be minerals, zinc, copper, selenium, so many nutrients that are going to improve your reproductive health, your fertility success. So I believe strongly that by including step one, organs into your diet can be hugely beneficial because organs are nature's ultimate multivitamin. We hear that time and time again, but if you compare gram per gram for organs to any other food on the planet that we know of, right? Organs win by a long shot every single time.
It's pretty cool, right? They're really a nutrient dense powerhouse, and we're obviously trying to spread that message. But I'm also focused on, this is the addition story of adding those in, which is incredibly powerful. What's the elimination story now? If you think of this fertility picture and you think about our just modern food systems, full of processed food, full of seed oils, obviously we're talking about health. We obviously know that these foods are a detriment to health. What do you think the story is here? How are these processed foods, how are these seed oils, these gluten-containing grains, artificial sweeteners, high fructose corn syrup, these things that people are eating in abundance, how are these potentially coming full circle into this fertility conversation?
Yeah, I think the most simple answer on that is ultra processed foods equals inflammation. Inflammation is oxidative stress. Oxidative stress left unchecked is going to create oxidative damage and lead to chronic health issues. And if we are not intentionally consuming the right foods, taking into consideration the micronutrient content, the ratio, the forms from animal food sources, and thinking that we are like this eatright.org recommendations that all of our nutrients are going to be coming from more vegetable protein, right? Fewer meat sources of iron. Like iron is not as bioavailable in plants as they are in red meat, in organs. And it's a fact.
Yeah.
And you have to take into consideration all of the plant defense chemicals that can contribute to chelation, right? That are not going to allow those minerals to be absorbed, potentially depleting mineral stores in the body, potentially contributing to this inflammation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So getting rid of seed oils, processed foods, and potentially some of these more inflammatory vegetables in the diet can be super powerful to ensure that you are absorbing all of the micronutrients possible to have a optimized reproductive and sexual health.
Yeah, wonderful. So what are we left with? We obviously keep saying this animal-based pyramid. We're removing this stuff. We're focusing on getting these nutrients in the most bioavailable form. What's a well-rounded diet and a high-level perspective that everybody can eat because it's evolutionarily and ancestrally appropriate, that's going to start creating health and vitality to produce healthy testes, healthy sperm, healthy ovaries, healthy everything involved that's in the reproductive system and fertility? What's your take on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Start with organs, as always. The most nutrient-rich foods on the planet. Be intentional about eating enough, and that means enough high-quality, nutrient-dense foods, which is going to include raw dairy, maybe some fermented kefir, right? Things that are helpful for the gut there. Obviously, grass-fed, grass-finished proteins from ruminant animals are going to be hugely impactful in terms of just like the protein, the amino acids, and the other micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that are going to help your body produce and have a healthy hormone profile. Eliminating the most toxic foods, seed oils, processed grains, gluten-containing foods, highly processed sugar, that's going to be the high fructose corn syrups, swapping out any of those polyunsaturated fats for things like tallow, ghee, grass-fed butter. Real animal food sources of fats are going to provide you with the fat-soluble nutrient profile, vitamins A, D, E, K, K2, that are essential for reproductive health, bone health, immune system. All of these things are so important. And so focusing on that protein, carbohydrates from maple syrup, honey, fruit, and then fat from animal sources is going to be hugely beneficial to not just your hormone health, which is ultimately what we're after, is like for all the other, the energy, the libido, not getting tired throughout the day, sleeping well, like all these things are super important at a very fundamental level.
Yeah. I think the point that you're making here, which is, we're obviously talking about fertility and infertility on this podcast, but ultimately that's a natural extension of just being healthy. And the information that you just laid out is a way to just be healthy anyway. Even if you're listening to this podcast and you're not maybe in that long-term relationship right now, and this isn't currently your phase of life right now, but one day you want to be a dad, one day you want to be a mom, and how are you going to start kind of like building an insurance plan against that, for that, so that when that time arrives, you're fertile and you're healthy and you can do it. Hello friends, if you enjoyed that clip, then you can watch the entire thing by heading to this link over here, or you can find us wherever you find podcasts by searching Radical Health Radio. If there's value here, please hit that like button, let us know in a comment what your biggest takeaway was, and hit subscribe. Support the show as we support you. We'll see you soon.